Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at our partner HG55-12. This is the machine we're going to be looking at today. So that's a very old machine. I've never heard of a partner hedge trimmer before, so yeah. And I don't know the length of the blade, so yeah. So give me a few minutes and I'll get you set up on the tripod, and then we'll try and see what's wrong with it. First thing we're going to do, we're going to check to see if we've got compression. Now I don't know if this is supposed to be stayed on all the time, if it's meant to be switched on all the time, but yeah, let's try it. It's switched on, so we'll try to see if we've got compression. Yeah, we've got plenty of compression. So now we're going to see if we can find what else is wrong with it. And I can see already, I don't know if you can see, but just in here is where the fuel lines go. So I need to undo this screw, and hopefully this one, and that just takes all this assembly off, because there's the fuel tank there, and I've never seen the fuel tank in a handle before like this. But yeah, hopefully I'll just have to take 1, 2, 3 screws out, and that should give me access to replace the fuel tank, the fuel lines. I do have a portable set of torque spanners, and I think it'll be this one, which is CR-VT-25. If you're wondering why they're loose, now this one's not coming undone. Right, so clearly now I need to try and find an Allen key, because the torque wrench is just turning in the hole in the nut. So yeah. So I need to try and see if I can find an Allen key that will fit they two remaining screws. Right, so as you can see, guys, I've actually managed to get the handle off, and yeah, it's all separated. So now I can just go in and take the fuel cap off to pull that out, and go in there and try and pull these fuel lines out and see which one's got the fuel filter attached to it. That's probably the one that's just had the fuel filter attached to it, and this one is probably, I just need to go and get a pair of pliers. So I've found a small pair of pliers to try and pull this. I believe this one will be the return, yes, because it's the shortest one. Yeah, so now we need to, what I'll do now is I'll clean all this up and give it a good clean, and then I'll put the new fuel lines in. So I'll just tip it out so I can get the fuel filter out. There's the fuel filter there, so we need to keep hold of that. Yeah, need to watch what we're doing with this spring mechanism, the trigger mechanism. through the neck. So yeah. Right, so we've got the fuel line out, and now we just need to set that down there so it can't move. Now we need to get the new fuel line. I've got the new fuel line here, so I think we need a small one and a thin one. We've got the fuel filter out now, as you can see. So yeah, so now we just need to try and figure to get the new fuel lines in and to see what ones it'll be. I think it might be this thickness. Let's just see. Yeah. Fuel filter. I don't know if this is this one. It might be the return or. I think I might just see if that one will fit in there. We have it in. I just need to get pliers in to see if I can. And their pliers are not long enough. Right, I don't know if this one is the return or if this is the fuel filter one, but try and get that off of there. Yeah, so no, I think we might need to go. I need to get a lighter and yeah, and get it heated up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to heat this pipe up. If the wind will die down a bit, so we'll heat that up, and what we'll do is we'll try and see if we can get this fuel filter onto this hose, but it's not playing bloody ball. Oh, it is, it's going, yeah, it's going, yeah, and we've got it on, so yeah, that's that in, so we pull that back through now, put that back in the tank like that, and now we just so what we'll do now is we'll measure how much pipe we need for this end. So yeah, that should be enough, and we cut it there, and we can feed it onto this end. Let me take this air filter box off and see if that will give me any bit more access to get the fuel lines on. Right. Uh, now taking the air filter box off so we can see. So I've got room to put in. So I've got room to put the fuel lines in. Right, so the carbs coming off at the same time as well. So I'll just leave that there. Oh, right, okay. So let's see if I can get that on there. Right, I need to go and get the lighter again. Heat this up again. This end of the pipe up. And then we whack it on to here. Right, that's one fuel line on. So now all we need to do is, what I'll do this time is I'll put the fuel line on this end first and then put it into the tank the other end. But we don't need as much for the return as we do the fuel one. If I right, that's that on. So we'll yeah. So we'll tighten the carburetor back up. Right, so that's that fuel line on there, and that's this one on here. So now we just need to try and cut it about there, I would say, to give it a little bit, just a little bit, and we can always trim it off as and when. as and when we get it inside the tank. Right, so yeah, now comes the tedious bit of getting it in. That's just gone straight in, so obviously it would have been that needs to be possibly. I may have these the wrong way round, but yeah. So we cut a little bit. So I would say we cut it so yeah. Might just go for a bit thicker pipe, because that seems to, I don't know, see how we go with that. So what we'll do now is we'll put the handle back together. Put the handle back together. Yeah. Like so, but we need to make sure the fuel lines go in between the handle. Can't really see that, but yeah. Lost my torque bit. Is that pinching? I think that is pinching, is it not? Then again, I don't think so. Right, so we've got it all, they've got all the handle back together, just put the front of the carb back on. So, yeah. Front of the fuel filter box back on. And then we'll get see, well, it does say 40 to 1 on the lid of the fuel tank, so we'll go and make some 40 to 1 up, and then once I've done that, I'll come back to you and we'll see if we can get it to fire. I might right, so we'll put the fuel cap back on. Right, so I'll just go and make some 40 to 1 mix up, and then I'll be back to you. Back with some 40 to 1 mix. So what we'll do now is we'll fill it up. That should be enough. Maybe put a little bit more in. and we've overfilled it, but yeah, not to worry. So we put that fuel lid, put the fuel lid on. It's nice and tight, but not too tight. Clean all the excess fuel off, and we'll go and see. We'll prime it. Yeah, I may have these the wrong way round. Yeah, I may have these the wrong way round. Yeah, I believe I have the fuel lines the wrong way round, so I need to take the air filter box off again and change the fuel lines round about. Yeah. Now I need to undo this again. Yeah, as I thought, handle's got a few issues. I had a few issues off camera there with the fuel lines pinching, and yeah, so I believe I've got it all sorted out now. So we're going to go for it's priming, but I may have to change the fuel line again because I think I've damaged one of the fuel lines. So we're going to go for a fire up to see if it'll start. So here goes. Oh, isn't it? So we have it running, but the blades are not moving, so what I maybe need to do now is so what I need to do now is try and figure out why the blades are not moving and see why the blades are not moving. So what we need to do now is we need to try and have a look underneath here and see, take this part off and see why the blades are not moving. So yeah, it's a T25 torque for the bottom parts as well. So I'm just trying to find my lubricating spray wherever that went to. Yep. Yep. Maybe spray some along the blades. Where's my small trusted box bit? And something to clean these out with. Yep. Yeah, because these don't come apart. Because this doesn't come apart, as you can see, it's plenty of greased, but it's been a while since it's been greased. So, yeah. So I don't know why the blades are not turning. Maybe because it's not been run for a while, so maybe if I can get that cog out and take out all the old grease and put some fresh grease in it, but it doesn't seem. I'd need to do that. I'd need to do. No, just put that back on. Yeah. So. So hopefully that'll have caused it. But it might be a case of that. Put these back together. Put that back together like so, and then we'll put it back together like so, and then we'll see if the blades will move. But I'm not holding any hopes. Hopefully that should solve the problem. Yeah. So what we'll do now is we'll go for another fire up and see if it'll fire up and see if the blades will run this time. So we'll put it. So it's running, but I need to see what's right, see why the blades are not turning, or see if I can try and free them up and soak them in some Evaporust. I'm need to order some Evaporust and see if that will work. But it's running. I've got it running, and that's the main thing. I just need to see why the blades are not turning, because it has been standing for a long time. So I presume that's the reason why the blades are not running. So I need to try and see if I can source new blades for it. If I can, then I will. Right guys, that's that Partner HG 55-12 running, but the blades are not working, so I need to figure out why the blades are not working. So there will be a part 2 to this video. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that will tell you every time I've uploaded a video. And until then, be lucky.